Sentinel, a platform that turns raw video into governed event streams which teams can actually act upon. So basically, video is everywhere, but operationally it's still tough. We don't have a usable stream, we just have footage. And without trusted events, you can't automate, measure, explain what's happening. IDC projected the global data sphere hitting 175 zettabytes by 2025, and 80% of this would be video. But it is unstructured, so it's not variable, not auditable, and definitely not something which you can automate. Basically, Sentinel doesn't just analyze videos, it converts video into operational intelligence. There's structured Kafka events, explainable decisions with confidence and evidence clip, and actions you can audit and replay. So let's go to the live demo. So here is the demo UI. I'll go ahead and start the streaming first. Before I go further, basically Sentinel is universal. The backbone doesn't change across industries. What changes are the prompts, the knowledge, and the action handlers. Today I'm showcasing two very different use cases, but on the same pipeline. So the first one is safety and security monitoring, and the second one over here is the assembly SOP compliance. So basically at the top over here, what we see are the operational KPIs computed directly from the event stream using Flick SQL. They show critical incidents, basically alerts, decisions, and observations. You can break it down by use case. So let's say for example here are the security and assembly. You can see the priority distribution across P1, P2, P3, and you can also see what were the top violations. So basically, if I were to typically show you the demo video that we have, this is a very typical manufacturing setup. You can see that there are people walking here outside the designated path. There are like all types of things going on. This person is using the phone over here while the equipment is operating. And if we jump ahead, you can see here that here's a critical case. An operator opens an electric panel while the machine is still operating. And you can see that Sentinel basically immediately detects that there's an exposed electric hazard on camera 1, and this is like real time. So you can see over here that the operation is trying to open the safeguard, and there's a high risk of injury. If we were to go down and I were to explain a bit over here, you can see stream itself. So there are observations going on, there were decisions in here, and if like walkway violation trigger an alert. So if I go up somewhere, yeah, we can see a walkway kind of an alert over here. Then if there's something very critical like an electric panel opening while the machine is operating, basically it sends and stop kind of a signal. And on the right, you can see the decision it is. So you can see why did it give this decision. It will give an rationale for it. There's a associated clip with each one of this. So we can open that. And if I were to show you like the intelligence, where the intelligence comes in, so I can query past results using the audit trail. So for example, I query something like why did the line stop, right? I can run this and it should basically, yeah, so it says that there was a person detected within the safety zone, and this is what needs to be done. And if I was to search something like which zones are experiencing the most security breaches and what are there any repeat offenders, I can find out like it says that the zone has multiple violations, including the justified. So yeah, you can basically not just see the observations, you can query it, you can see what are the associated SOPs with it. And now I can go to the second use case, which is the assembly SOP compliance. So, and this gives you like what has happened here from the last time you visited. And like this is the first video which we should see. This is a conventional electronics assembly setup. The workflow should follow the SOP. Components should be placed after placing the board on the jig. But we can see here that this is not being followed. And the second one would be that before proceeding to the second stage, it should have fastening screws, but that also doesn't occur over here. So if I go to the bottom over here, I've just run this, and we can see a violation saying that step 2 and step 5 has been basically missed, and the operator did not place the board on the jig, and there were no fastening of screws. And if we go over here, because this is backed by the Vertex AI search, we can even see the citations that this was the process which needs to be done, but it wasn't followed. And similarly over here, if I were to search something like, let's say, other equipment malfunctions correlating with quality defects, and I should see a response saying that this is what has happened over here. So, and briefly, if I were to go to the architecture itself, so this is an event or choreography, not a brittle orchestrator. And the main things we see over here, that's a video ingestion pipeline over here. And basically, they are all the topics which we have in Confluent. And basically, this individual topics connect to the agents over here, which are namely observer, sectionizer, thinker, and doer. They are governed by schema registry and scalable by consumer groups. Vertex AI provides multimodal perception, reasoning, and SOP grounding, while the BigQuery over here is used for like audit trail and the KPI source. So yeah, that's the Sentinel in short. Same backbone in any industry. It converts footage into governed intelligence events you can act upon, decisions you can explain, and evidence you can replay.